Hey, what's up, guys? Doing an update here. Let's just run through the majors. I got Binance Coin up. It's one of the strongest coins on the planet. That's nothing new. We've been talking about that for a while. Let me just get rid of this watermark. Save. Um, anyway, Binance still looks good. Let's just stick to the majors on this video. So, Bitcoin. All right, we're still in the process of, bottoming, guys. Bottoming is a process. It's not one point, it's not one level, it's not one specific day. When we're talking about a longer term trend, I mean, look, we bottomed out in March or some March. In February, I had a big bounce through March, bottomed again in April. I had another, I guess this was an 8.6 week rally, right? And then we're probably putting in the right shoulder again here. So this is a bottoming, it's a process. The intermediate term is still in a downtrend, just continue to make lower highs. But the turning point on the cycle is tomorrow on the intermediate term cycle. So the question is, do we stay above the 8 on the turn tomorrow? And the turning point, guys, it could be today, it can be tomorrow, it could be the day after tomorrow. It's this whole area I'm going to show in a minute on the cycle. But the last couple produced lower highs, so I'm wondering if we're going to actually turn up on this cycle, which would mean we'd rally into the next benchmark. Clearly, the intermediate term pivot is up here in front of 8,000. We need to get above there to really change the momentum. So I'll actually probably be definitely coming out of this stuff. I mean, we took all our cash, went long. I went really aggressively long down here, and I even bought futures long. I've come out of half of my futures. I'll be getting flat into this area on the future side, and then raising some more cash, taking some more gains on the stuff we bought really well down here, like Salt, Cardano, Monero. Right, that's if we get the rally into this pivot. There's still a chance we turn back down tomorrow, which would kind of be disappointing. But let's look at the cycles. You go to so here's the longer term wave that we're on the upslope of the longer term wave, and then this is the shorter cycle is what we've been watching. That's just been amazing. I mean, all the turning points we've had, right? We've talked about this so many times. Right? Sorry. So this was a minor turn there. We rounded out on this turn. We had nothing going on this benchmark. We actually just made a low and then rallied right into this pivot here. And then so from here down on that cycle, we made another lower high and we sold off into the bottom here of this turn. And then we made another lower high and we've been down into this cycle. So I don't know, guys. I think the fact that here on this wave we turned and we've had one, oh, let's see, this one was up. So from here, this is 1, 2, 3 of the last turning points all produced lower highs. And now that we're on this side of this wave, let's see if this actually produces a kind of a breakout on the intermediate term. That would be really bullish. If we can break out here in the next couple days, and again, we got to get above that pivot, but then we could potentially rally into, I can't see the date here. This would be probably closer to the end of July. So that would be really bullish. If we get a lower high tomorrow and and we fail again on the hourly, we might just be cycling back to the lows into this turning point again. So that's the way to read these cycles, guys. It's not about highs and lows. It's about turning points in time. So it doesn't mean that you're going to get a high with each cycle. If that was the case, right, the market would never go anywhere. It would always be flat. But this is a big pivot. I mean, we talked about we probably could be down and we wouldn't see maybe a turn until June 20th. So 21st, we're coming right into that benchmark. So we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, I'll be updating on it. And if we just talk about Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and some of the others, go back to the bands. We had nice buys in salt. You know, if the market can just pick up a little bit more, all this stuff should follow. What we bought well on salt and some of these other names here that we nibbled on should do pretty well. But Ethereum, hopefully I'm still recording. We bought some Ether well, and I'm not sure why it's not showing my sale. Oh, there we go. So we came out of a little bit this morning. Ether had a pretty big move on a relative value basis, but you can see we came right back into here to pi. So anything you bought well, guys, on the lows, it makes sense to come out of a little bit. That's about a 10% rally. So this is the issue we have with the market right now. Any type of near-term strength is met by this intermediate-term downtrend. So we still got a little bit more work to do. Got a little bit more work to do on the hourly and 4-hour charts to get out of this downtrend we've been in. But we do have, so you guys can see the different time frames. I just talked about in the chat what you have near term time frame means, that's this trend. Then you have the intermediate term, which is this trend. Right? So there's near term trends within the picture of within the intermediate term trend. And then we have the long term trend, which is like that. As long as we're above 400. I think on Ethereum or 3.25. So different flows, just keep trading it around, adding, reducing. When we go to Litecoin, I'd expect Litecoin to be up more. It's probably just going to play catch up. It's kind of struggling at the bands, but I haven't had any real appreciation since my last couple buys, so nothing for me to do there. I'm watching the bands, whether or not we can, again, if we make another lower high or we can actually break out through there. Bitcoin Cash, it's going to be the same thing, struggling at the bands. I had some nice sales above 1,000. I haven't put any back on yet on the long side. I'm just kind of waiting for BTC to do its thing. There we go, guys. I'll keep posting on that. Hope it helps, and maybe we'll do some more alts this afternoon.